Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you could play through and kind of strum through and use some fingerstyle licks through the James Wolpert version of A Case of You. And we're going to end up capoing this on first fret. We're going to start out on a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger goes to the A string on the second fret, second finger on the low E string on the third fret, and the third finger on the high E string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now another G you may want to think about through the song is kind of putting the third finger on the B string third fret, pinky on the high E string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that's another way you might want to play your G major through the song. And then from the G, we're going to be going to a lick on a C major chord. When you play C major, first finger goes to the B string on the first fret, second finger on the D string second fret, third finger on the A string on the third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now another C you may want to play around with is something called C major 9, where you do the first finger on the D string second fret, second finger on the A string on the third fret, third finger on the B string third fret, and the pinky on the high E string on the third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major 9. You may want to use that for your C chords. And then from the C, we're going to be going to an E minor chord, where you play E minor. First finger goes to the A string second fret, second finger goes to the D string second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now you might also want to think about kind of adding in the third finger on the B string third fret, pinky on the high E string third fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor 7. So you may want to think about using that for your E minor. And then for the D, and then from there we're going to be going to a D major chord. When you play D major, first finger goes to the G string second fret, second finger on the high E second fret, and third finger on the B string third fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now there's one really cool lick actually at the very beginning where it almost sounds like he's using something called a D add 4, where you could kind of take your C major shape and slide it over 2 frets. So now I got first finger on the B string third fret, second finger on the D string fourth fret, third finger on the A string fifth fret, and if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a D add 4, so you want to kind of think about using that for your D chord. And then from there, then we go back to C major, and then we go to a G major chord, but you'll kind of hear where the A string on the second fret is kind of coming out of that chord, and that's called G/B. So if you kind of strum just the A string to the high E string, then that kind of give you that sound. From there, then we go into an A minor chord. When we play A minor, first finger goes to the B string on the first fret, second finger on the D string second fret, and third finger on the G string second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the A minor, we're going to go into a C major chord. And then from the C major, then we're going to be going back to our D major, and then doing another D major at the very, very end of our intro. But a lot of times I like, one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So you took the G and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. Way to kind of work it through the tune is to take a couple of our chords actually kind of half. So you may want to do just kind of a down, down, up on those chords. So we have that G with a down, down, up, C with a down, down, up, E minor with a down, down, up, D with a down, down, up, and then we got our whole strum pattern for the C, whole strum pattern for the G/B, whole strum pattern for our A minor, and then a whole strum pattern for the C, and then our whole strum pattern for the D at the end. Now another way you can kind of work it is to add bass notes to it. So on the G chord, you'd have the low E string for your bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have the low E string for the bass. And on the D, you'd have the D string for the bass, unless you're working the D add 4, in which case you'd have the A string for the bass. And then on the C chord, you'd have the A for the bass. On the G/B, you'd have the A string for the bass. On the A minor, you'd have the A string for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the D, you'd have the D string for the bass. So we could kind of work it as kind of a bass, down, up, down, up. And you have G with a bass, down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, E minor with an A bass, down, up, D with a D bass, down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, down, G/B, down, up, down, up, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, D with a D bass, down, up, down, big D. Or there's some really cool licks around that. If you wanted to, you might even want to think about using this fingerstyle. So your thumb kind of could become the bass player for your chord, and you could start out third fret on the low E string with open G, and then we go 3rd fret on the A string with the open B, and then we go open E with 3rd fret on the high E, and then open D with 2nd fret on the high E string, and then 3rd fret on the high E string, and then 3rd fret on the A string with the open E, and we can kind of replay that, and then 2nd fret on the A string for the 3rd fret on the B string, and then open A with the 1st fret on the B string. You might want to kind of throw in like a little hammer-on lick from that open to 1. And then we go to 3rd fret on the A string for that same hammer-on lick. And then we could kind of take the C chord shape and then slide it over the D shape. And then there's this cool little lick that comes in where you do 3rd to 5th as a hammer-on the B string, 2nd fret on the high E string, 3rd fret on the high E string, and then do a pull-off from 5th fret to the high E 3rd fret. So if you wanted to kind of follow that lick, you have kind of that G, C, E minor, D lick, C, C, G/B, A minor, and then C, and if you wanted to, you could even kind of throw in some open G's on that, but that could be a cool way to kind of playing around with those licks. And then from there, we'd be going into our first verse. And our first verse starts on a G major, but then we go to a D major chord. But on the D major, you'll kind of hear where there's an F sharp note in the bass. And a lot of times if you add in that low E string on the 2nd fret to a D chord, that's called D/F sharp, or D major with an F sharp in the bass. One way to play that is to do 1st finger on the low E string 2nd, 2nd finger on the G string 2nd, 3rd finger on the high E 2nd, pinky on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a D/F sharp chord. Now you could also kind of take the D major chord and kind of use your thumb over the low E string on the 2nd fret to kind of cover that note. Or if you're kind of digging on that C major 9 voicing, you could do something called D/F sharp, where you do 1st finger on the low E string 2nd, 2nd finger on the G string 2nd, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd. And you can use D/F sharp instead. Your bass note for that, you want to use the low E string to kind of bring that out. And then you have the E minor, and then we got another E minor, and then we go back to C, and then G/B, and then A minor, and then we go to a D major chord. And we almost kind of start that over again with our first verse back on the G, and then D/F sharp, and then E minor, and another E minor, and then we go to C major, and then there's this cool little change where you kind of go to a G major chord, and then we kind of break into kind of a really quick G and then a D/F sharp to lead into our chorus part. So if we tried that with our down, down, up, down, we'd have G, down, down, D/F sharp, down, down, E minor, down, 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 E minor, down, 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 C, down, down, G/B, down, down, A minor, down, 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 D, down, down, G, down, down, D/F sharp, down, down, E minor, down, 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 E minor, down, down, C, down, down, G with a down, down, G, D/F sharp to lead us into our chorus part. And our chorus starts on E minor, but then we go to a B minor chord. When we play B minor, normally you do this as a 2nd fret bar, 2nd finger on the B string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the D string 4th fret, and the pinky on the G string on the 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord. That sounds really, really sad. Now another way you might want to play the B minor is to do 1st finger on the A string 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the G string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the high E string 2nd fret. And that sounds a B minor 7 chord if you use the A string to the high E string. Or if you're kind of digging on those drone voicings, you can do 1st finger on the A string 2nd, 2nd finger on the G string 2nd, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that's another way you can use your B minor. So if we tried our chorus with our down, down, up, down, we'd have B minor, down, down, B minor, down, down, C, down, down, D, down, down, C, down, down, G/B, down, down, A minor, down, and then a C with a down, down, and then G, down, down, and we do another G with a down, down, and then G with a down, D/F sharp, and then we kind of go into a chorus tag where we got E minor, down, down, B minor, down, 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 C, down, down, D, down, of our intro, where we got our G, down, up, C, down, up, E minor, down, up, D, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, before we go into our second verse. Now the weird part is, to play along with James, instead of starting on a G major chord, it's actually starting on an A flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on first fret, then now your G is really an A flat major, your C is really a D flat major, your E minor is really an F minor chord, and your G is really an E flat major, and your A minor is really a B flat minor chord, and your and then our B minor, we're going to get to, is really a C minor chord. But to take it from the very beginning, you could work that intro as a strum thing, and then you have G, down, C, down, down, up, E minor, down, down, D, down, down, C, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, D, down, down, big D strum. Or you could add basses to that and have G with the bass, down, C with an A bass, down, E minor with an A bass, down, D with a D bass, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G slash B with an A bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, D with a bass, down, down, D. Or you could try those fingerstyle licks we were talking about, where you have kind of that G, C, E minor, D lick, C, and then G slash B, A minor, and then C, and then the D. So we might kind of play around with those too. And then from there, then we'd be going into our first verse. So we tried that with a bass, down, up, down, up. We'd have G with low E bass, down, up, down, D slash F sharp, down, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G slash B with an A bass, A minor with an A bass, down, down, D with an E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, D slash F sharp, down, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with the bass, down, G, D slash F sharp. It's kind of that push into our chorus. Now if you wanted to, if you kind of dig in on the fingerstyle, you could also kind of work this as kind of a cool little arpeggio, and you'll hear these in the background through the recording. And a really easy way to kind of fingerstyle through this would be doing thumb for the basses, and then lining up the index finger on the G string, middle finger on the B string, and then ring finger on the high E string. And if you wanted to, you could kind of work that as just a little arpeggio, just kind of thumb, index, middle, ring. So I'm going low E string or the bass note, and then G string, B string, E string through that part. And so if you did that twice, that would kind of take the place of our down, down, up, down, up. So E minor with low E bass, C with an A bass, G slash B with an A bass, A minor with an A bass, D with a D bass, G with low E bass, D slash F sharp with low E bass, E minor with low E bass, E minor with low E bass. Then we have the C, and then you may want to do it one time on the G, and you may want to try all the fingers together for kind of that G, D slash F sharp push to go into our chorus part. So we tried our chorus with the bass, down, up, down, up. We'd have E minor with the bass, down, down, B minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, D with a D bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G slash B with an A bass, down, down, A minor with an A bass, down, C with an A bass, down, G with an A bass, down, down. Then we have our G with a bass, down, G, D slash F sharp to kind of lead us into our chorus tag. And for that E minor, down, down, E minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, and we go into that little piece of our intro with the G, C, E minor, D, C with an A bass. Or if you're kind of digging on the fingerstyle, you can do the E minor, B minor, C with an A bass, D with a D bass, C with an A bass, G slash B with an A bass, and then we have one on the A minor, one on the C, and then our G with the whole pattern twice. And then we have our G, and then the G, D our chorus tag. So whatever, E minor, B minor, C major, D major, and then we kind of go back into our intro licks. So you may want to kind of bring those back from the very beginning. So it kind of ends on the C chord there, and then from there, then we go back or into our second chorus. So we kept that going with our fingerstyle. We'd have the G, D slash F sharp, E minor, C, G slash B, A minor, then A bass, D, D. So it's an extra D on that second verse, and we're back to the G, D slash F sharp, E minor, B, then it sounds like we kind of hang out on the whole A minor twice, and then go to our D chord at the end of that second verse. And then from there, then we go into a little verse tag, where we got kind of the C, G slash B, A minor, then A bass, G with low E bass, and then we got a kind of our big push on the G with the G, and then the G, D slash F sharp, to lead into kind of our second chorus. And our second chorus is more abbreviated. We kind of have the E minor, B minor, C major, D major, and then we kind of have our intro licks coming back for kind of our tags. So if you want to kind of bring back those, that could be a very cool thing to kind of play around with, or even doing bass and fingers together, or bass fingers. It could be kind of a cool idea through that part too. And then from there, then we're going into our third verse. So we got kind of the G, D slash F sharp. And what can be even kind of cool is to kind of use that arpeggio sometimes, and then kind of do thumb and fingers to kind of fill in the time too. So it can be kind of cool to kind of play around with it a little bit too, especially if that fingerstyle is feeling really good for you. And we kind of have that extra D. And then we're back to our chorus, or our verse tag, where we got the C, G slash B, A minor, G, and then we got our G, and then the G, D slash F sharp to lead us into our last chorus. So we got the E minor, with an A bass, C with an A bass, D, and then from there, then we go back into our intro licks for our outro. So kind of back to that G, C, E minor, D, but then we kind of go to the D licks. You might want to play around with some arpeggios on that. And then we got kind of a big G at the very, very end. But that's the basics of how you could strum through and kind of easily fingerstyle through A Case of You, kind of the James Wolpert version. So good luck!